why not just keep your head in the sand per se? Just focus on your investment fund.
I'm not wealthy enough to say I'm going to create some sort of fund for my grandchildren, great grandchildren, or that. I mean, that's. I think you live in the here and today. My family, you very much. We had a very happy family, and a small household and public school. I was intrigued by intelligent politicians and vision and what they saw. So that's where I come from. I think if people, what I like about, a lot of immigrants is they have a go. I mean, and they're given an unfair advantage because a lot of Australians don't want to have a go. I mean, do we not want to have a go because we're not prepared to take a risk, or if we had it bashed out of us, or the education system's not producing, we have a very strange education system in Australia, which even as a child, I used to think, why am I learning this? What's this going to do? Is that abundant common sense, or is it a excessive ego? I don't know, but I struggled with some of the... Education's great to make you think. Let's not kid about it, but, not everyone's going to be a lawyer or an economist or a doctor or a dentist. What Australia lacks is tradies. And the education system doesn't produce that, and the immigration is not solving it. So some food for thought there. But it comes from, a fair go background. I think never wanting excessively, being happy, with what you got. And if you're not over rewarded, you're always striving. I think if you're over, I think I see it in the financial markets, people being very over rewarded for very mediocre returns. And I think you say, why? I'm in my late 60s, over the 40 years of business, I had a frenetic period in the 80s and 90s as a fund manager at NRMA, and we're one of the biggest investors in Australia. What I see the industry funds dealing with today in terms of managing large amounts of money, I dealt with a long time ago. And there is diseconomies of scale in investing. You can get way too much money. I don't know if people reading this, there's a presentation given at the press club by the head of Aussie Super, and he made a very pertinent comment. Australia is now an exporter of capital. We're an exporter of capital to the world. 27 million people out of 8.5 billion, and we're exporting capital to the world. Is that great? Or is it embarrassing?
Yeah.
So what are we saving for?
Yes.
The opportunity for Australia's capital base is immense. Yet we've stuffed up the energy market. We've stuffed up the housing market. Our education system has serious flaws in it. Our healthcare can be so much better. We're just giving $400 million away to export 130 immigrants, illegal immigrants. $400 million?
If I can just take 20 seconds of your time, I apologise for interrupting this clip. If you'd like to support Turning Point Australia and what we're doing to help keep the lights on and keep the work going moving forward, please check out our website at tpaust.com.au. We've got a range of merchandise, whether it's the Make Australia Great Again hat, whether it's the other shirts that we have, or the educational maps that we have. Please go and support. If you don't want to buy any merch, that's fine. You can also support us by buying us a coffee and becoming a regular subscriber for as little as $4 a month. I'll let you guys get back to it. Thank you so much.
How could you justify that? How many hospitals could that build? I just go, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
When you read that and no one questions it, and...
it's broken. Australia's broken. A lot of people...
Yeah, but let's not get to the point it's unfixable. It's fixable, but there are incumbents who don't want to fix it. The life cycle, there's a lot of people who say, just get me to retirement and I'm out of here. You ask me about, I'm not that sort of person. I can see myself contributing in some form, whether people like it or not, contributing thought process. Yes, I do want to spend a lot of more time on my farm and my grandkids. I do want to do that, but I still don't want to switch off the lights.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of better people out there than me. I don't want people with intelligent thoughts and who can speak switching off at 65. It's embarrassing. But we've created a superannuation system which does encourage a lot of people to switch off and say, well, I'm out of here. I've got my $20 million house and I've got my... just off I go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's appalling. That is appalling, and it's not right. So we've got to balance it. So if I'm helping balance it and throw up some thoughts there and some hard discussion points, and I'm the first to admit a lot of this is me saying things can be better and they won't be better. And I get a lot of commentary about what I say. Well, John, you're dreaming. Well, I think the world over the last tens of thousands of years developed because people dreamt about what could be. John F. Kennedy's great speeches, What can we do for the country, effectively? Not what can we do for ourselves, what can we do for the country? And we all live on Earth, and we all breathe the same air, as he once said. I saw the Chinese leader say exactly the same, similar sort of words last night.
All right.
We're all part of this planet. We can't get off it, It's about time we had leaders who acknowledged that and said, well, we better get on with this. So Australia's got to fix its problems, focus on ours first, then we can start dictating to the world about how to fix theirs. That doesn't mean we disengage. But, when we've got a reasonably clean sheet, then we can be proactive on the world stage. I think before we get there, we're kidding ourselves. And you probably make more enemies than friends by doing that, and unnecessarily so.
That's why I asked the question.
Oh, okay, good.
Because I think a lot of young'uns coming up in the KPMGs of the world and the other funds managers, they know they see this.
Yeah.
But they know if they speak out there, like the corporate world's almost built to be like a whack-a-mole if you put your head up.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, so shoot me. So what? I'm 68. But I mean, and I've got nothing, just the way I think of it. And I don't have to face the electorate. So I acknowledge that the politicians have got to keep one eye on the electorate. But
you've been around the block, and I think that there's a lack of respect that we may have seen with people like Packer and Kerry Packer. Well, it's a very different vibe.
Yeah.
The viral clips of him just hammering all the politicians and taking them to school.
Yeah.
It's the other way around now. Now politicians are educating us and talking down to us, but these are young Liberal people. These are young Labor people. They came from the unions. They didn't come from trades quite often.
Yeah, Kerry Packer controlled the press and with Murdoch at that stage. So what he said went. So it's a different era. The politicians were subservient as much as possible, and particularly Murdoch, who he backed, generally won the election, and he swung back and forth, so he wasn't always
sure.
He says he was.
Sure. They're on their best behaviour because of that.
Social media is good and bad, This is good because I'm talking now. But it's debates have got to be had, and I think when Parliament fails to have proper debates, there's got to be a forum somewhere else.
The energy's got to go somewhere, absolutely. Thank you so much for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed this particular clip. If you want to support this show and keep the lights on and support everything we're doing at Turning Point Australia, please head to tpaust.com.au, where we've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got maps. And if you don't want to buy any merch, that's perfectly fine. If you want to just buy maybe a cup of coffee a month, for as little as $4 a month, you can help us get a small, long black to actually support the show and actually keep things going. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later.